this is my Webby report. And right off the bat, I used the PowerPoint slide image as the first image of my report. So this whole thing here is an image, a background image of the first page of my report. And then I have this table set up with several things that I want to show you. For example, on this report here, I have it set up as an open document link to open this other report. That is going to, when I refresh the report and choose a different vendor, you'll see that the image, the icon changes for that particular vendor. I'll refresh again here for Quantum Supply. And the image changes again. All right, I'll show you real quick the variable that I used for that is here. And you'll see just a simple if statement. If the selected vendor, again, using my user response here, if the selected vendor is Ace Computer Supply, then it's going to use this BO image because I have the images on the file system. So I added them, all the images on there, and this is just dynamically processing them based on my selection. Okay, so that was a nice, easy one. And I can't get to my close window here. But anyway, I'm done with that report. We'll come back here. And I'll move over to my icons. So that was just an intro document link from that image, an icon image, using intro document link to move to the next report tab, which in this case is my scorecard tab. And here I'm showing several uses of icons in this report. So this top one here, I'm using it in conditional formatting to show an up or down arrow depending on how the trend is compared to the previous month. Similar for this chart here, only I'm using a different icon. This is all conditional formatting and using the specific icon and the SAP icon font in order to do that. So is that yes, well, sort of. Of course, they didn't install it on its own. You have to go and read the knowledge-based article and find the SAP icon font family and install it on the server, and then it's available. But let me show you. From the insert option, under the blank cells at the bottom, you'll see icon. And they added over 600 icons. And this is what I'm using. So if I select any one of these, let's say this glasses here, and insert, and I'll drop that on my report. If I go to the text settings here, you'll see the font there, SAP icons. And it's, no, it all comes together. It's really simple. I just don't know why they didn't do it with the install. When you upgrade, why didn't it load that whole library with the other fonts? It's a separate install. It's very quick. You unzip a zip file and in the right folder, and they're ready to go. So it's very easy. It's just an extra step. Okay. So probably. So I wanted to show you real quick what conditional format looks like. So in this case, my variable is just this % plus or minus. If it's less than or equal to 0, then display it like this. And the format, this is the reference to the particular icon that I chose to display. Okay, so you reference that and then set the text to the format here, the font to SAP icons. Okay, and then select the size that you want it and the color. So very easy to add. Okay, the other one that I added down here at the bottom, I just thought it was kind of fun when I saw it. It's just a little cube icon, and I used the universe name function to display the universe that I'm using in that report in the footer. Okay. Now, back up at the top, I also added this toggle so that you can toggle between the scorecard or a chart view of that same data. So again, using similar, this is using the block, hide, and show based on a formula. And I'm using actually element linking here to switch between the two and capturing it with that element linking filter function that was added in SP3. Okay. Then over on this side, I wanted to add this little icon here to open an email. Let's say you want to give them the option to click and email support if they have a question on this report. So I set that up here, and it opens up an email. Here it is. Funny how it's, all right. So I set it up to go to our help desk, put in a subject, and even put past the URL of the document. Okay. It doesn't do that by the default. I added that into the HTML, and I'll show you how I did that. So I have this, I'm just going to go through those steps here. I have another little toggle here that I just have a show or hide. I'm going to use this text right here to show you how I set that up. Let me move that icon out of the way. All right. So this one, this is not new. I mean, we could do this in 4.2, you know, a straight text type. So that's what I'm using, the concept of that. But then I also wanted to get in the body to pass that URL for the open document link. So I'm just going to copy this. Let me do it from the formula bar. All right. And then I'll go to my icon, and I'll start off with a right click, hyperlink, add hyperlink to a URL. And then I'll paste that up there. And added the tooltip. And I'm going to make some adjustments to this. If I test it right now, it works like partially. So I'm just going to tweak the HTML code a little bit. You see how it's putting these plus signs in there, and it doesn't finish off the entire open doc link. So I'll show you the little tweaks that I'm going to make to the HTML. So in here, I'm going to just delete this part where it's adding another URL. And keep that. Character number. Oh, yes, I'll show you that in a moment. All right. Did I get that right? All right. And then from the keyword, delete that all the way over to there. All right, that should do it. All right. Now I'll switch to reading mode. And you see how that completes my URL. And the subject looks proper again as well. Okay. So how I got the character number, that's why I dropped this little icon on there. And every one of those icons has a character number associated. Yeah. So either drop it there, or if you look at the icons here, you can also see that with the hover over, I think. Yeah, it shows it with a hover over. Okay. Between SP3 and SP4, I haven't heard that they've added. They say in the documentation there's over 600. All right. Yeah. Okay. So let me switch back to reading mode. On this tab here, I just liked these little icons. So I created the fleet count, fleet in repair, fleet collision, and fleet on order. And these aren't doing anything. I just thought they were cute. But as I was looking at the data, I wanted to think, well, what if I wanted to know where do those collisions happen? And I thought, well, that's a nice idea. I don't have the data for that, but I do have customer addresses. So I started playing around with that. And so I created this other link here that is showing my customer. Can I reduce this so it fits a little bit better? Okay. And it's dynamic. So I'll switch to Mary Ellen Adams here. And then with Mary Ellen selected here, I'm clicking on my icon and it's opening up, come on, a map and showing me her house. And it's dynamic. So I'll go back here, choose a different customer, Sarah Yolanda Durney. And there's her address and her car. So, right. Yep. So if I click on that link there, you'll see my dynamic selected address in the URL, in the HTML there. Okay, so that's how I achieved that. And then this character one again is the, I switched several times between a map and the globe and the house. So there were a lot of ones to choose from. You can color them, yes. Mm-hmm. No, not, I haven't tried that, I should say. Make it a neighborhood. Yeah, I haven't tried that. I think, well, let's try it. All right. So this is 57747. Oh, I did. Yeah. All right. This example here is really, it's a little bit showing what Renali showed about being able to pass input controls. So I have a summary data set and a detailed data set that has stage and month as input controls that you could select there. What I wanted to be able to show is an easier way of drilling. So I could select, let me switch to reading mode, show me all my customers that are in the lead stage. And then I have this little icon to switch back to the summary view. Now show me the ones that are qualified, and it's showing me all of those customers. Or I can do both at the same time. Show me the booked in April. And now it's showing me booked in April. Okay. And I can just keep toggling back and forth between the summary view and the detail view. Okay. All right. Excuse me, just a couple more quick examples here. This report here, this is from the end of our Webby Like a Pro course. And we add these icons at the top to use for navigation. So I could toggle to the next tab of my report real quick using some icons at the top and inter-document linking. Okay, so very easy way to allow your users to stay in the report and be active. This one also is using icons for the conditional formatting as well. The last example here I wanted to show, this report is from our Webby Dashboards course. We developed the course in 4.2 several years ago, 4 or 5 years ago. And we had to scour the internet to find the right images, the right size, and then a lot of times resizing those images. It was quite a pain. And Tirza did this and replaced all the images in about 20 minutes. So, yep. The only one on here that is not an icon is this one with the man and the woman in the middle here that changes depending on the selection here. Let me switch the hospital to overall. There's more data there. So this is an image that is blank on the inside. So behind this, there's just a column chart that's going up or down. And yeah. And Renali used something similar with a customer in the housing industry, where we had a house that was empty on the inside that filled up or down. So, size of your... Yes, exactly. I'll move that over. Oh my. Yep. Yes, this is in our Webby Dashboard course. All right. And then finally, that was really the last thing, but I just wanted to point out being able to hyperlink from here and not show, there's no words on there, so no name of the report. How did I accomplish that? Not as easy as it looks. Even in 4.3. However, it's doable. And what I have in here is, in this little cell that's actually hidden, I have a bunch of HTML text that's regulating. In our Webby Dashboard course, we have an example of how to show HTML buttons. So if you want to have buttons on your report, we can do that. And so the Webby Dashboards course. So I modified that HTML to have no border and transparent text, and just made big buttons behind the scene. So when you click it on here, it's actually passing. Let me switch to this cell. So behind this table cell, I have an image that I brought in of the report. Took a picture in Snagit of the report, saved it as an image, and loaded it as the background for that cell. And then created this, added this HTML that's referencing the button for the look of that, and being able to pass through the open document link for opening that report. So all doable, and you can find out more in our classes. And that's it. Any questions? Yes. Yes, the intra-document linking HTML changed between 4.2 to 4.3, so we had to go through every one of those and update that. It's easy and fast. Fortunately, it's not a painful.
Something about that. It wasn't any stuff.
Oh, really?
The actual URL was like there's one extra character outside of the.
Oh, wow. Right. Interesting. Yeah. All right.